Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Chrono here, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to be going over some content. We recorded this live on stream. Essentially, we did our day one clear of the new Malevolent Dark Falz Dalion. Helped a lot of other people clear. It was a lot of fun. But I've always wanted to do some type of content where we review gameplay and kind of talk about what happened, what we can do better, and what some strategies are that you can employ given specific things going on. I'm not really great at making guides. I'm not something I like to do a whole lot, more of like how I play versus how you guys have to play. So that way you can, derive your own sort of strategies based on what I'm doing, or maybe copy something if you like what you see. So that's kind of what we did here today. At the end of the video, I'm going to also include just the full run that we had on stream. So it'll have, stream commentary and things like that. I didn't want to upload these separately. While I could have technically uploaded them separately and monetized them separately, it's with stream, so it's already been monetized. So I figured I'd toss it all in one video for you guys. By all means, enjoy that if that's what you're looking for. But either way, let's get to today's video. All right, so we're probably going to record this for YouTube. So YouTube chat, say hello to your own selves in the future. Twitch chat, say hello to YouTube chat. Well, I gotta say hello to the YouTube comments, not YouTube chat. We're recording this for YouTube. Something I wanted to do for a while here, and something I actually want to look at doing for not just myself, but for other players as well. I mean, kind of like a pseudo guide. I don't really do guide content for fights like this, but basically we're going to do, so we're going to be reviewing our first clear of MDFA. Or sorry, MDFD. This will go up probably a couple of days after, just because I'm going to put my first clear up first, most likely, and then this will just be us critiquing it, talking about some things we can do better, talking about some strategies you can employ if you're still working on getting your first clear. And if you're trying to find a group to run it with, just as a heads up, we were actually running, since this is available cross ship, we've been running this mostly all day today. We'll be running it for a couple of hours each day, seeing if we can help people get their clears. So feel free to come on by the stream, twitch.tv/chronocatastrophe, or pop into YouTube, of course, youtube.com/chronocatastrophe. Jump into Discord, make sure to mention it there. You guys will get notifications, all those locations when we go live. I'll be doing these fights then. So yeah, but we're going to go through, I'm going to be checking out how we did on our first clear. And yeah, it was a fun fight. I really enjoyed MDFD. It is not an easy fight per se. It's, I think, easier than, or feels easier than Dalion, because we've had Dalion for so long, like first day Dalion. A lot of the nuances we learned from first day Dalion were very easy to just translate into this one. So right off the bat, something that's changed with this fight. The very beginning two guys, usually they're unaspected. These guys are ice and fire immediately. Each of the different ads has a new attack. So they do this long windup on this punch. You can kind of see it here. We'll go back really quick here. So this super long windup on their punch, and they do their second mechanic from there. So you see it right there, a little ice. Long windup and punch. He does his little ice mechanic behind him. So usually ice dude shoots or throws off some icicles, you would block those. Now he does like a long, super long punch. Everything else is just pretty much standard, but faster. The slam punches on the ground are actually faster now too. So he does a total of 5 of these. Now we're gonna go back again really quick. These slam punches that he does, there's a bit of a quirk to them. The second and third one are actually connected. So if you block or parry the second one, the third one can't be blocked. They can only be iframed. However, you also don't have to iframe it. You can just ignore it. So he's punch. If you block this one, it blocks. And you punch again, you can block this one here. So that's 2. This third one, if you block the second one, it counts as you still blocking the entire attack. And if you don't do anything, it doesn't do any damage to you. You'll probably see me do this later on in the fight. If I catch it, I'll tell you guys and I'll show you what it looks like. But this third hit will actually not do anything if you're blocking. If you're iframing is just iframing, so it's fine. But if you're blocking specifically, if you are a class that does use blocks, that's what happens here. So if you're someone like me playing bouncer, if you try to block the third hit, you're going to whiff your block and the fourth attack is going to hit you. So that's the third hit. There's a fourth here. That one is separated, so you can block that. I think the fifth one is connected, but I tend to usually step count to the fifth one anyway, because I'm out of my PA by then, so I'm not 100% sure. Someone will have to correct me in the comments. So he still does quite a bit of damage. He's doing his charge attack again, ice attack again. We, of course, split up like we usually do. I guess I should have mentioned this earlier on with classes that you take into this fight itself. I am Sub Ranger. Our other bouncer is Sub Ranger as well. The reason for that is Ranger has a skill that allows you to do a bit of increased damage while attacking an enemy that has a blight on it. These ads count as the main boss. So even if blight isn't on this main ad, like let's say for example blight in the other ad itself, I'm still going to get a bit of increased damage even though I'm not attacking the blight specifically. If you do this, just keep in mind to take off your specifically take off, what is it called, stealth strike. That way you're not griefing your ranger. You don't want to have stealth strike on. You want to make sure that they don't have threat, you have threat, that way they can get the increased damage. And from here we're just attempting to do our best to block as many attacks as possible, do as much damage as possible, and that's pretty much it. That's all that really happens in the first phase. You basically break both of the ads. For us here, it was actually pretty good. This wasn't my best run. Usually I'm sitting at like 17k DPS if I actually properly do this. Okay, so here you can see an example of this. Okay, here we go. Actually, I think I did it here properly. Let me go back real fast. So, mechanic, block, second one block, third one step counter, fourth one block, technically the fifth one you can block as well. But I just decided to go third step counter and then step counter the last ones as well, just for ease of use. Honestly, it's better just to go with whatever's going to be safer. Don't worry too much about like getting the maximum amount of damage. You'll find that surprisingly we have quite a bit of damage. You don't need to worry too much about damage. Unless you're going with a group that has a lot, like very, very, very low damage, like everyone's super under geared or barely geared for the fight itself. And, you know, everyone is, you're playing a bunch of a comp basically that has low damage, then that's, you know, a reason to be concerned, but that's really about it. Yeah, we just continue this. Nothing really changes here. Not sure about that. Usually one block every other hit. I guarantee you the second one is connected to the third 100% of the time. This has been the case since previous Dalion. I don't know about the fourth and the fifth, but for the first three, it works exactly the same as the previous Dalion. So we went ahead and killed the first part. Sorry, we killed our ad on the first side. We'll come over here to help on the other ad. It's down. Now, the one thing that changes here is these circles go from being dodgeable to being unblockable and undodgeable. So you have to make sure you just get out of them. And this happens. So the boss comes to the center and punches the ground here. Now, I didn't do it in this one. I want to mention it here. It's something that you guys can do if you happen to like maybe take a little longer in this phase. One, a lot of times your PB will be available. You can just burn your PB right here to go ahead and, you know, get the stacked up if you're using something like Wingguard, because it applies to all of the ads. Or if you happen to have Hydra, I'm going to go back here really quick. Can I go back a little bit? See this cool corner here? You can hide in this corner and start charging a Hydra laser, and you'll actually dodge. Oh, wow. Hello? Footage? Why did it go so slow all of a sudden? Is my computer dying? What's going on? There we go. So you can hide in that corner and dodge all these slam attacks and then charge a Hydra laser. Now, I think you can very comfortably get 2 Hydra lasers. Maybe if you're super lucky and you get in place very early on, you can get 3. But you can also just block these and do some damage. So that's just a place where you can get more damage if you absolutely need it. To be perfectly honest, I don't feel like anyone's really going to need that damage, but it's up to you. So second phase is pretty much like the original Dalion with some interesting quirks. So like I mentioned beforehand, all of the ads have like a new mechanic that they do, where it's going to charge up longer and they have a different mechanic itself. This is, of course, the ice ad. I fought the ice ad here, so I'm thinking that's different here. The fire ad will charge up a punch the ground, and then a few seconds later, a small bomb will detonate underneath you. So you'll have 2 bombs. The, what is it? The wind ad will do a charge punch, and then it'll summon a tornado that will go in a little circle. If you stay towards the corner, if you're looking at the wind ad and you move to the left, that tornado will completely miss you. If you go to the right a little bit, you can go ahead and block the tornado. So it's up to you how you deal with it. And then the lightning ad will summon some lightning that will shock the ground in like a line AoE that it shows just before he punches. So up to you how you deal with it. Totally fine. Oh, this is a good place to mention this because I was really bad at dealing with this attack at the very beginning, but it's actually not that hard to deal with. So when you see him summon this other arm, you see the fragments of the other arm, you see this orange arm is actually an unblockable arm. So any attacks that he does with this orange arm, you cannot block them. So what you want to do is as soon as you see him summon the arm, you jump up roughly about like, you know, just off the ground in general. You block the first hit, which I step countered, which is fine. If I would have normal attacked afterwards, I would have like slid up to the body, so I would have been a little higher off the ground. The second attack is going to be on the ground. You can see I missed it. It's right there. Go back a little bit. So the little buzz saws went off. Then he's going to swing again for a third attack. This is where I got hit. Unfortunately, I died here. And then he's going to charge up and smash towards you. That last attack, just he'll lock in when he starts charging up. As soon as he starts charging up, he locks in where you are. Just move to the side and you're fine. It is unblockable. Do not try to block it. Do not try to iframe it. You're going to get hit. This little spin. Nothing too crazy here. Pretty much all similar attacks you guys are used to here. Yes, I have one mechanic. Here it comes. All right. So you can see that wall got summoned and it moved through me. The first part of the wall doesn't do any damage, so it can move through you totally fine. However, the second part of that wall is going to do damage. So as soon as you see that wall move through you, you need to swap ads, as you saw I did here. The wall will end before it gets to the next ad. So just swap ads once and you're good to go. But everyone needs to be paying attention. If one person doesn't swap ads, it means two people are going to be on one ad, and one ad is going to blast everyone else. Oh yeah. This is where I consistently get trolled by the boss. I think this happened in our clear. Very sad to see. Basically, every time I went for opinion, he went to an unblockable attack. So very annoying. We get it down, which deal more damage. I believe that's all that happens in the second phase here. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. You also do generate Mars here, so if you will like, you can go ahead and just pop into your Mars and deal some damage. I'd recommend if you kill your ad before your friends deal theirs, and you can find a very comfortable spot to stand towards the middle to Hydra the ads, that works pretty well. You can also just use pretty much anything. Yeah, I see how I turn around because I knew he was going into that attack. I didn't want to get hit by it, so. I didn't actually play this very well. I played a lot of other fights much, much better. We played decently. We did all right. This was still very early in the day for me. This is our first clear, so we cleared a lot after this, funny enough. Again, he does this. A lot of very similar attacks from beforehand. I think I missed this, right? Yeah, I missed. My angle was off, dude. You'll find that like damage is not that important in this phase. Like, yes, you want to deal a decent amount of damage. As long as you're dealing good damage in this fight, like you're not throwing, I guess, you'll find that you can go with a safer approach in most situations. Okay, here's where they show. I shut off the wind thing happen. You can see the tornadoes over here. Now I kill my ad. I move over here to help MKP out. You can see the lightning. Here we go. Cool. We can see all these. So the lightning strikes before the ad punches. Make sure you're definitely using your Mars, by the way. I tend to forget my Mars. I use mine for the heal, essentially, before the next phase. The one Mars I wouldn't recommend is Garm, by the way. Unless you're very, very on top of going for your heals on Garm, I would just not recommend using Garm at all. Not his old attack at all. All right, so moving into the third phase, which is walking emoji, the phase. Definitely love this one. As you can see, we were having some struggles. Oh, I guess I can talk about this. I'm so used to just seeing it at this point. So the very start of this is basically this is exactly the same as the rank 1 fight. The round 1 fight. You're looking for the one that's glowing. If you find the one that's glowing after you break the orange a little bit, you can basically ignore everything else and just shoot that one specifically. I'm pretty sure always starts this fight with the spinning walls. Just, you know, dodge the wall. The wall hit me for about 12,000 damage. That was near full HP, so I didn't have my extra damage reduction from being below 50%. I'm pretty sure if I was below 50%, I would have just died. So just make sure you have HP and you're good to go. Make sure you always kill the center ad, and if he blows up, he's going to kill everyone. So just throw someone or designate one person to go on the center ad, or just make it so like, hey, look, whenever the center ad spawns, we all smash it and be done with it. You can melee it. It's very fast. I don't know why I never did it in all the times I did this fight, but you can actually just put your back against the wall there and they won't deal damage to you. I'm pretty sure that it happened in rank 1. It might not work in rank 2. I never tried it, so worth mentioning. It's worth trying out if you'd like to. This is just standard procedure. Nothing changes here. In this phase, he does wall once. Later, he's going to do it a bit differently. So I'll show you guys how we deal with it later on, because it does get worse. And then it's going to be mostly the same stuff. You want to make sure you're still shooting consistently. As long as you're shooting, you get the upgraded version of the shots. So even if you you have to stop shooting for some reason and you're not absolutely hitting the boss the entire time, just keep on shooting. In those situations, get up there, go ahead and start meleeing him. Really, really important to go ahead and keep those melees up. And then back to business as usual. It's basically the same thing. Now, I use them here. I recommend you do not use any of, like, unless you absolutely need them to find the weak spot because you guys are falling behind on DPS early on. Don't bother using any of those. Like, save all of your what are they called? Blinding shots. I forget what they're called. But save all your shots. Don't bother using them. Chat will probably tell me what it is. Oh, I did also do this here so you guys can see it. So this specific attack where he basically covers the entire field, and you have to like one shot blast. Thank you, chat. Covers the entire field. First off, he does it faster in this one. Second off, he does it twice. So just don't get caught off guard by this. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Also does double dashes. Again, nothing too crazy. Don't get caught off guard by this. Pretty straightforward. You deal with this mostly the same way you dealt with the previous one. Oh, he was about to do the wall, so let me tell you guys about it. But we got the break. Realistically, if you want to stay on track, you're looking for like 1 break and 3 downs. You should be able to push him all the way to the end and have a very comfortable clear. Yeah, don't burn your one-shots. I was burning my one-shots. I didn't really know about saving them until we cleared, because when we got to the phase we got to the final phase that we did end up getting to, we basically cleared at that point. So I had never been to that far in the fight before, so I didn't know what I needed to save in the first place. You're gonna find me kind of be a little bit lost and never phase coming up here, and it's just business as usual. We're just pelting the boss at all times. All right, so here we go. The wall's a bit different here. Okay, I messed it up. I messed it up. But basically what you want to do here, I'll go back and show you guys really quick. What you want to do is you want to just double jump and then just start meleeing. Don't worry about getting the extra damage here. It's not worth you taking damage and possibly dying. Just start meleeing. You'll keep some hang time. You can see I kept a little hang time there. But you can see, like, go back a little bit again. My first jump, so like I jump. As I'm coming, like I'm already coming down into the next wall. I realized that way too late. Now, granted, you could space your jump to where you jump earlier, you come down earlier, and then you jump over it easier. But like, it's easier just to lose the damage and just normal attack, or just, you know, melee. That way you stay up high in the air. It's just much safer. And this is less, after doing this with like tons of people who have very little gear. We're going to talk about the amount of gear that you really kind of like realistically want to go for, how much you really need, and like the setups I would recommend after we finish this up. So wall again, deal with it the exact same way. I was doing this wrong. I should have been shooting no matter if I was locked on or not. Like, don't, you know, do as I say, not as I do. If you're not specifically dodging or using a one-shot blaster, or one-shot blast, continue shooting. Always be shooting, even if you're not hitting anything, just because you want to maintain the high damage shot, which pops up after shooting for a while. So here we go in for melees. Pretty easy. And we're done with those. And now we're looking for one more down. We should be getting our 3rd down, and our 3rd down is what's going to push the phase. Again, this is when I was using one-shot blasters. I wouldn't recommend it. We hadn't figured out where the weak spot was at, so we're still searching for it. See, there I actually did that right. I was continuing to shoot, even as I wasn't locked on hitting anything. Just keep shooting, that way you maintain the enhanced shot. Now that we have our weak spot, I think I did it right here. Nope. So you can do short jumps and jump over it, but like there's no reason to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Just let go and normal, or just let go and melee attack, and you're fine. And I promise you, I know like I'm not showing it here in this video specifically, but if you guys check on stream, I did this. I think we got what, 11 total clears today. We cleared twice with just the group I went with, like our first time group. We cleared once again. We had someone that had to leave afterwards because we were kind of memeing it up a little bit, and we died quite a few times. Had a good time. It was actually really fun. Died a few times. We didn't get another clear with them. And then we decided we would take as many people through the fight as we possibly could, and proceeded to go through with chat the next couple of hours. So we got like up to 11 kills after that. So you do the math. If you can't, it's 9. We cleared 9 people. Pretty fun. Had a good time. Okay, here we go. I actually showed it right here. You just melee attack and there. You stay right above it. Very simple, very straightforward, very easy. And that's it. Like this, that's literally this whole phase. This is probably where you'll find most people tend to die, to be honest. Either here or the phase beforehand. This next phase is really, really straightforward once you understand how it works. So we're going to push him here. We got about 4 minutes left. Pretty good amount of time. We only ever got close once. So, and I'm gonna pause it here. You guys can see. So I had no idea what was going on here, but what this is basically telling you is this ad is going to light up. It's pointing arrows towards it. What's going to happen is like a little wave is going to play across all the way here. What you want to do is those one-shot blasters that I blew, you want to use them here to break these quickly. So you can decide, like, assign one person to do it. Right now, Shade's getting the first one. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was just blowing them. Now, here, you can see I'm like kind of lost of what's going on. I think I missed it. Let me see. So yeah, Shade's going. There's one-shot blastering. Then I don't see it, right? So I'm looking around. I'm not sure what it is. What I'm looking for is over here, there's some arrows pointing this way. I can't quite see it, but you can tell because this is starting to slide this direction. That tells me that this is going across here. So the thing we're looking for is over here on this side. So I don't know what that is. I'm very lost. I've never been to this phase before. I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. We'll shoot this one. And I can see ahead of time, there's arrows pointing this one. That means this way is the next way. So I get into place over here. After this breaks, gets really close. I don't know what happens when that breaks. I've never had that like go all the way up there before. So lucky us. It's never happened to us beforehand. If it's happened to you, I'm sorry, chat. Let me know what happens in the comments below. Yeah, we go through here and we take out this one as well. Get really, really close. And then, so I don't handle it this way, but you can. If you lock onto this orb and you melee attack it, you actually will never be too close to get hit by these X's. You can move yourself left and right during the melee attack and you'll be fine. So I didn't really understand that here. I was trying to like not get hit and I was really concerned. So I just, I did dodges. If you feel like it's not working for you, here, I got it to work there. Yeah, see? Just lock on, melee attack, hit left and right. Feel like it's not working for you, unlock, melee attack, and just dodge whenever this X comes up. And that's it. It's super easy to finish that phase. Nothing going on there at all. This phase, even easier. All you do is jump in your Mars. Don't get back too far. Get to a decent like range. And just charge Hydra. If you're like, hey, I don't like finding the optimal range, I'm really bad at that. Jump up even higher and charge Skyla instead. And that's it. It's the entire fight. This is basically the free loot phase. All you do is blast him over and over again. I think I was a little too high here. Yeah, I was a little too high there, so I missed it, so I dropped down a little bit. I think I was too low here, and I ended up getting punished for it. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, getting punished for it. Now here's where, okay, I actually had to mention this too. So if you're taking your Mars in, you may want to go ahead and remove this from your from the repertoire of what you have on Mars, at least for the bossing Mars you have. As you see, when I was locked on here, let me see. I was trying to jump, but I was jumping to the height of what I was locked onto. That's like the boost thrusters or the vertical thrusters. Take that off of your Mars. I'm taking it off of mine. It's so annoying. Basically, you need to unlock and then jump and then lock again. So that's what I did. Unlock, jump, lock again. If you don't want to take off, maybe you don't adjust your different Mars. You don't use different Marses for different fights, but I do. So I should take that off of my bossing Mars. And that's it. That's the whole fight. Honestly, pretty fun fight. Feel like we did all right. We definitely could have done that much better, but it was our first clear. Best part is it's all ship matchmaking, so we can go with as many people as we want. And yeah, we don't have to worry about anything at all. The one thing I will say that is that you will find that ends up being something that you may run into a problem with, because I just recognized in my chat, one of my friends was talking about it. They were having issues with the orb by slashing it, holding left and right. If you're not close enough to the orb, you need to be close to the orb. You have to be like right up on it. The left and right slash thing won't work. If you're farther away, basically if like, you don't move very far left and right, it actually doesn't work. You have to be much, much closer to it. So be close to the orb. You won't be too close to get hit by the X. You'll be able to move left and right. Also, the drops from here are actually like kind of like, they're not interesting, but they're good for right now because people need X Leos. And there's a bunch of other stuff. So really kind of wish there was more like cosmetic stuff in these drops and things like that. Maybe some really cool camos, something glowy and interesting. Maybe some more star gems than just 20. Really sad there. The titles don't really have much of anything, to be perfectly honest. Just a freaking master cube for killing it 30 times, which kind of sucks. I was hoping to see something like, you know, augment transfer pass vouchers and things like that. That'd have been super cool, but is what it is. Nothing too crazy there. All in all, fun fight. I enjoyed it a lot. It's one of the better fights. A lot of people say they like this more than like Solus. I like them about equal. I think this one's a little bit better just because it's newer. It has more of the stuff that I want, honestly. And I enjoy the cannon phase. I think walking emoji is hilarious. We kind of meme around that the first Dalion fight was casual walking emoji simulator. This is competitive walking emoji simulator. So, hey, this is Editing Chrono. I just wanted to toss in a few things that I kind of forgot to mention in my haste on stream. I mentioned I would talk about some breakdowns of like some setups I would go for. So just a few things to mention here. First off, your class combination. Like, for example, I play Bouncer. If you're a class that doesn't rely on a specific subclass or anything along those lines, and you happen to be taking a Ranger with you, going for subclass Ranger is actually really beneficial, primarily for a few things. We'll go ahead and take a look at Ranger here really quick. But what you're mostly looking for, let me see if I can find it really quick here. It is this skill right here, Blight Round Self-Benefit. It reads as follows: increase damage to other parts when you hit an enemy part with a Blight Round. This effect applies only to your own attacks. Now this is a little weird because this actually applies to you hitting an enemy that has a Blight Round on it. You don't have to be the one to use the Blight Round. So you get an extra 15% damage on the target. Now, I mentioned this in the actual recording or in the video itself, that whenever you're attacking any of the ads around the field, they're all considered the boss. So if you have a Ranger in your group that's stuck on a different ad and they can't blight your ad specifically, if they blight their ad, you get that 15% damage buff. It's not as strong as actually hitting a Blight Round, but it is very nice in situations where you cannot hit the Blight Round. So this is actually a pretty nice bonus here. But if you are reliant on a specific subclass, it's not going to be worth you getting that extra 15% damage in most cases. Unless you can deal without it and it's not going to really mess anything up for you, that's totally fine. Just make sure if you do this, please take off Stealth Strike. Your Ranger wants to have this on. You should have this off. Unless you are a class specifically that does not want like threat, like say you're a gunner or something along those lines, make sure you have Stealth Strike off. That way you're not griefing your Ranger. I'm also told for Forces Technique Domination does not actually apply. It's very sad to hear that. I don't know that that's the case. I haven't personally tested this. So by all means, take this with a grain of salt. So this does not apply here. So that is kind of difficult for Forces. Though from what I understand, Bouncer and Fighter's stuff applies. So Fighter, whenever you get it down, getting that extra damage, and Bouncer, whenever you're getting it down, getting that PP back. Apparently those do apply, but for some reason, Forces Technique Domination does not apply. So yeah, again, take it with a grain of salt. To be honest, take all this with a grain of salt. I never paid that much attention to the downs that we were getting while I was playing on Bouncer, and I didn't play Fighter, so I couldn't tell you anyway. And another thing I would highly recommend removing, this is for the final phase, is vertical thrust. Essentially, when you're locked onto a target, if you jump, you immediately jump to that target's height. This is really bad for the final phase. You have to unlock basically to jump into a reasonable spot to go ahead and laser. Now, I've had some people tell me, oh, well, if I just double jump and immediately start lasering, it works out. I have personally never been in a boss fight where this has been very beneficial to me personally. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off from now. Moving forward, at least in my bossing setup for my Mars, this is what I'm actually going in with. So we have full Garm, which honestly, you can go with whatever one of these weapons you want to. All you need is Hydra specifically. If you're going to use Hydra a whole lot, of course, take full Hydra, but we just take full Garm. And then we go ahead and have these set up here. Of course, depending upon how many points you actually have, your goals are for critical potency up, critical hit rate up. And I went with PP up afterwards, which honestly, you could probably drop PP up and go for something like HP and natural HP recovery, a bit more defensive. That's totally fine. But this is just the setup that I went with personally. The most important thing, honestly, is just Hydra. Like realistically, that's it. You just want a Hydra laser over and over and over and over again. If you're playing Hydra primarily, it's actually pretty nice for some situations, but you're just looking in that final phase to go ahead and get at a decent height. You want to be a little closer. I show it off in this video I'm in a good spot for it, more or less. But in later clears, I found that if I'm too far to the right or too far back, it actually causes issues. So you want to kind of be in a little bit of a sweet spot towards the middle, a little bit forward, not close enough to be swiped at, but not so far away that you actually get hit by when he throws rocks. So just something else to mention here as well. I did also mention the gearing portion of this. Now, the type of gear you have is going to depend on how much investment you have into this. Of course, you have to have enough battle power to get into the fight, which I believe it's like 4230, something like that. Yeah, 4230. You need to get into the fight. So we had plenty of battle power to spare. This is the gear that I went in with. I am fairly geared. The more geared you are, the more you can afford to make mistakes. And I make tons of them. So having a lot of gear is very helpful to me. But if you're a lot better player than I am, you don't need to have a ton of gear. We actually went through and cleared the fight with a lot of people today. Most of them upwards of like maybe 230% potency, upwards of 240. But to be honest, the more potency you have, the better, the more damage your class does, the better survivability you have, the easier your encounter is going to be. So I'm not telling you guys you should go in there with like 200% potency and no gear. Definitely gear yourselves up to a reasonable amount. I'm also not telling you that you absolutely have to have best in slot gear to be able to clear the fight. We definitely cleared today with a lot of people who are not best in slot, and we're not absolute mega giga gamers, pro doing everything absolutely correct. For the longest time, I died in the first phase over and over again. It was pretty funny. And by over and over again, I mean like literally every clear that we help someone get a clear in, I died at least once in the first phase for some strange reason, not 100% sure. Either way, I'm rambling. Back to the video. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of videos like this in the comments below. I think they're super helpful to me personally, and I think I actually really like this type of videos, so I really want to do more of them. Hopefully they actually do well. But yeah, like if you enjoyed, so maybe keep up with more. Thanks to the channel members. I love your faces. You guys are awesome. And I will see all you wonderful individuals next time. Take care, my friends. Peace out. Yeah, this fight's way more fun, dude. I'm so bad. This is not going well. Sorry, this fight is not going well. Oh, I'm also gonna lose blocks here. Ugh. Excuse me. I kind of hate his multiple punches, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna burn this. What? Again with this shit. What in the fuck, dude? Oh, such a dumb attack to die to. So lame. to like not do the counter portion. This is a gamble. Wow, that's really fun. I'm really glad we can step counter parry everything. Really glad that's a thing. Yeah, no, fuck your attack. I'm checking really quick just to make sure, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Yep, see, I was thinking about using pinion here. Alright, you need to get that angle better. Walking emoji. Yeah, melee hover, yep. My heal's gone again. Unfortunate. I don't trust myself. Okay. Just unlock when the dashes start. Just unlock when the dashes start. Slap. Walk the line, exactly. I'm the rock, chat. This is walk the line. Alright, I'm gonna blow up both of the ones to the far left here. Oh, it's number one. Okay, unlocking there. Also, sorry, chat, if I'm not reading chat at the moment. I'm working on trying to get through this. Hey, when the weak spot's in the corner, it's not too bad. Oh, son of a bitch. Bottom two. Whoop. Weave. We're weaving. We're weaving. Oh. Right. I can melee stand here. Gonna help with killing that dude. If he's not dead, okay, he's dead. Nice job. There we go. A little more advantageous position. Alright. Maybe gonna chance that shit. Alright, well. Not there. Give myself some more space. Oh. I choose to have faith. Oh, yeah, I should have. I didn't even see them go for the dodge or the dash. Oh god. I'm so screwed. The timing on that's crazy. Come here. Come here. Catch your melees. Alright. I gotta make sure I switch weapons. Any phases? Danger, watch out. What's this? What the fuck? Oh, I see. Okay. So we need to break a lot of things, it looks like, actually. That's concerning. Okay. We should have a safe space. Okay. You know, color coding is really useful. Tell me this is enough. Tell me this will break it. Okay, it does. Whew. Oh, is this it? Can I do this? Is this free? Is it the free loot base, chat? Am I too high? Nope. Ah. All right, let's do it. Free loot phase? Is it finally time? Is it finally time for free loot? Okay, that missed. I'm gonna lower myself down a little bit. Okay. Unlock. There. I missed 2 lasers. Yeah, he has no anti-air at all, dude. It's almost like I predicted this was a problem. Yeah, if you move sideways while slashing, if you know you can move while slashing, orb becomes much, that orb is actually pretty easy. Or just like, Oh my god, it's actually free. The end of the fight is actually free. That's a little sad, but hey, yo, GG, boys. It let me move while I was slashing. I was holding A and D. I don't know what you're doing, but I 100% am able to move while slashing. GG, boys. GG. GG. It's just like that. There's the clear. Oh, that felt pretty good, dude. That actually is a really fun fight. The end of that fight's actually pretty nice. Not like DPS to that chart. Check that hard either way. I mean, do you think you could actually clear it? Or are you? Oh, huh. X Leo does drop. Okay, we got next Leo immediately. We got a Terminal 1. Okay, not bad, not bad. We will pull that into the old storage arena. What do the drops look like? Let's see. Mars updaters, cubes of all types, refiners. Okay. That was the DPS check you guys were worried about, chat? Okay. It's pretty good. Better design than Solus. I think you guys just had an issue with Solus. I think, I'm gonna be real with you, both fights kind of end the same for me because you can kill both of them the same way by running away and just laser blasting. So they kind of feel the same for me. Am I crazy for thinking that? I like Solus. Yeah, I think Solus is a fun fight. I think some people just don't like Solus in general. I don't think it's designed worse. I think both fights are actually pretty good. The ending part of 2 of Cannon is both a laser and orbs. Just shoot. Forehead. just blap the laser, you know what I mean? That was a who saves charges phase. Yeah, I mean, like I blew a charge or two, but like I guess you can just save up charges and blast them there, yeah? And then just assign one person to each DPS check orb. It's not too bad. I feel like Pugs will be able to clear that fairly easily. Dude, I had like 2 charges. I blew them immediately. I was like, what is this? And I didn't know what I was going into. If I knew what I was going into, I would have just lasered them down. Overestimating Pugs? I mean, day 1, no. All right, it's not bad. Not a bad clear at all. Do you want to get a screenshot, guys, for Tor? So I'll get a screenshot for the boys. Yeah, they went really crazy with the unblockables. I'm not a fan of unblockables. Here, I'll turn off my weapon so it doesn't get in the way. There we go. Let me inch over just a tad. There we go. If you guys want to grab screenshots, I'll get one for the tweets as well. Very nice. Very nice. The fact that we can do this cross ship as well, that'd be fun. Mixing an unblockable in the middle of multiple hit attacks is definitely a choice SEGA made. Yeah, it's actually just rude. It's actually a rude setup. It's a rude mechanic, dude. Is it? Can you deal with it? Yes. Is it annoying? Also, fucking yes. The 2 laser hits his hand. What do you mean? That combo should be off the ground. I was slightly off the ground. You have to be a little higher, actually. Because if you're too close to the ground, the second attack actually has a little bit of vertical hitbox and will still clip you. I got clipped in the soles of my feet, man. So it's what? Block first attack. The second attack you should be above. Third attack block. And then 4th attack you have to dodge, yeah? Bro, the size 13s, dude. The feet were too big, dude.
He clipped your boy. Yo, that's pretty awesome though. That was super fun. I like that fight a lot, chat. Like a whole lot. That fight is really, really good. All right. Shall we do more and get better at it? Let me post our clear screenshot. Or MKP, you want to do a post or should I do it? He should miss? Yeah, should being the opportune word, yeah. Jackets are the new one? Yeah, then do the jackets the new one. Mm-hmm. Deadly big toe injuries, exactly. Crimson, exactly. Theoretically, you can get a break on the first down in cannon phase. Haven't we before? I'm pretty sure we did the first time, right? We were really close to it. We were super close. Oh my god. I don't know why that makes me so uneasy, but like it does. Here, chat, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is like super random. Oh, I guess I should end the recording. Yo, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you. At least those watching on the video. I like the YouTube stream too. The YouTube stream, I love you. Yes. But those of you guys watching over in the YouTube video, thanks for watching. I totally forgot that I was still recording. Probably have to cut out a lot of dead air. All right.